There's so many people looking to start businesses this year. As someone that has running a business for so many years and have been doing it full time for the last almost 6 years, I'm able to live in different countries and my business is still doing what it needs to do without me having to physically be there. There's so many information and knowledge and experience I've learned along the way. And I do get people like ring all the time to say, I need to do this business. Can I pick your brains? So I thought I would create videos with the questions I get asked, and it's just easy for me to refer people to these videos when they ask the questions or when they're looking for this kind of information. So if I was starting all over again, or these are things I have picked up or learned along the way of creating a business, I'm going to be listing three things today. The third one is my favorite, so do well to watch all the way till the end. I'm going to create in so much content like this, so stick around to see all the information and ideas I have learned and picked up along the way. So first things first is, if I had to do this all over again, I would start the business without waiting for when everything is perfect. Now, when you're starting a business, it's a new baby. It's something you're passionate about. We're waiting for when we've got like the perfect logo. We're waiting for when the website is looking very aesthetically pleasing, for when our social media pages are like giving. But that is not the main thing. Like, let people actually see and experience the journey with you. The idea is not to print or paint a perfect picture, but it's for you to show people how you are building the brand to when it becomes aesthetically pleasing. Like, let people follow you along the journey. So don't wait for it to be perfect, because when you're doing a business, you're going to make so many changes. Like, I can't tell you how much changes you're going to make. And it's okay to make a change. It's okay to pivot as many times as you want to. If something is not working, you keep moving and until you find something that actually works. The main takeaway from this point is, do not wait till it's perfect. Just show up consistently. That's the main thing you need to focus on. Focus on showing up consistently, not waiting for perfection, because that way you're able to build a community of people that feel like they've actually seen you through your struggle moments, people that feel like they have actually like grown the business and the brand with you, and it just gives it a different feel or vibe than someone that just pops up one day to say, I've got a new product here. It's it's not the same thing. I mean, look at founders or founder-led businesses where they've actually come out with products and they've like gone through the process with you, and a product that you're really, really interested in, and they've literally like carried you along that whole journey. It feels like a we're building a family together, that kind of vibe, compared to someone that would usually just pop up when things are like all nice and beautiful and all of that. Is you want things to be as relatable as possible. Don't worry about the perfection, just worry about showing up consistently to the right audience and to the right customer and clients, and they will always find you. They will root for you and they will help you grow that business beyond your imagination. So the next thing to think about when you are starting a business, building a business, growing a business is track your numbers. Like, track those numbers, because you want to be sure that your business is actually making a profit. You want to be sure that you're pricing your products right. You want to be sure that the business is the revenue the business is generating is sustainable for the business and also for you and everyone else that works with the business. Because the times I see on social media, especially like these days, there's so many people that say, "Oh, my business is making X amount of figures, seven figures sales or eight-figure businesses and whatnot," and then in a few months' time, you're hearing, "Oh, they've gone into liquidation and they sold for a pound or something like that," and I'm like, "What's happening?" So cases like that, you would see that they had a huge cash going out of the business, and the cash that was coming in, even though it looked massive, it was not as it was not up to what was going out of the business. So say your business is generating £1 million as an example every year, but then your cash flow is like, or your expenses is like 1.5 million. So yeah, you could be saying, "Oh, I'm running a seven-figure business," but then your expense is also a seven-figure expense. So it's not how much the business is making, it's how much the business is keeping. And when you're tracking your expenses, you're tracking your numbers, these are things you're able to know. And if there are changes you need to make at some point, then those are things you're able to do if you're actually making, like, tracking these things. You don't want to be caught unawares. You don't want to be in shock when you see that things are not going how it needs to be. So yeah, every week you need to sit down and see, what are we doing? What do we need to do better? What do we need to improve on? And the last thing is getting people that can do it better than you. When we're starting businesses, or when we start businesses, because we're so into the business, like, we don't want anybody to interfere with it. Like, you don't want anybody to even like touch it because you feel they will not do it as good as you're doing, which is a fair shout. But sometimes when you step back from it and allow somebody else to do it, you'd see that there are people that have so much wealth of information. There are people that would usually like pick up areas that you're lagging in, or areas that you're not doing properly. And there are areas that you think you're actually doing properly in, but when you let somebody else do it, you see that they can even do it better than you. So when I started my brand, I usually did every single thing myself. I mean, like I said earlier in the video, from cutting to making to designing to packaging, shipping, postage, social media, marketing, model, photographer, literally every single side of the business, I have done it. And when you're starting out, it's okay to be able to do this for a bit, just so you can understand how each area of the business works, because you don't want to be bamboozled by somebody saying, "Oh, we cannot do that," when you know you can actually do it, which has happened to me a few times. So someone will tell me, "Oh, we cannot shoot that kind of content." I'm like, "No, I've done it before and I know how to do it. I can show you and then we can do it." Or I'm trying to do a style and then my tailor is like, "Oh, we will not be able to get it to go to do like that." I'm like, "No, I've done it before. Let me show you how it works." So like, there are different areas have had knowledge in. It doesn't have to be like deep knowledge, just like basic knowledge always works. That you have basic knowledge in, and that way you know that it can help with pushing your business forward, but then knowing when to step back, knowing when to delegate. So now I've got like people that do the sewing, somebody else that does the packaging and shipping, so I don't have to physically be there all the time, which has given me the space to be in the country I currently am in now. And I'm so thankful to God for that. And also getting someone to do like my social media, obviously, because those ones can be done remotely. Sometimes I'm still posting on socials every so often, but then my newsletter, somebody else manages it. Like, there's so many areas or moving parts of the business that people manage, but obviously I still have to overlook to see that it's doing or it's going the way that it needs to be done. So yeah, delegate as much as you can, like give people the chance and the opportunity to actually learn, so that you're not having to do everything, and so that way you're not having to be drained or burnt out, and you're able to have enough strength to focus on other areas of the business that actually need your attention, other areas of the business that you can work on to like drive more sales or increase your revenue. So yeah, those are three things I have gone through or experienced in running a business. So in the next business talk related video, I'm going to be talking about the things that I did that cost me a lot in running this business. So yeah, I'm going to be posting that next in the next video I do. So do well to follow this page if this is the type of content you like. I do a lot of business related talk videos, and I do a lot of DIY and tutorial based videos and behind the scenes of how I'm running the brand, and also try on hauls. So those are kind of content you're interested in. Do well to subscribe, click the subscribe button. And thanks for watching today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.